Hello YouTube, it is I, the special grade sorcerer of the anime manga sphere, SSJ8 Cody, and today I want to talk to you about someone who I think has interacted with the special grade sorcerer of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, hold on. It's not going to be in the canon of JJK though. This is actually a little bit different video than what I normally do because today I want to talk to you about a campaign that I'm playing in. Currently, today, if you're watching this video as it drops on April 3rd, 2025, I am going to be playing One Piece DnD. But Cody, didn't you just say that you are gonna tell us about a guy who bought a special grade sorcerer? Shouldn't that be in JJK D&D? Well, yeah. If your DM was as cool as mine, you could do it in One Piece D&D. You also have to be as big as a simp as I am for Gojo Satoru. And that might be a hard hill to climb, I'm not going to lie to you, because throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the glazing one. Alright, they talk about the Gojo figure incidents, talk about my jar, and let's stop there. That's such a crazy way to start this. But I am a part of a One Piece D&D campaign, and in this campaign, I play a character known as Arthur D. Morgan. Now, for all intents and purposes, this is legally distinct Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. You might be asking yourself, Cody, what was your thought process behind the character? I really like to do an Arthur Morgan voice, and if I get a chance to do one, I've always loved to do it. So I wanted to play a gunslinger character because marksman rangers have never been like a real big forte of mine, or I've never played like a ranged fighter, and I thought it'd be a really cool idea to play a gunslinging, revolving, wielding cowboy in One Piece D&D. I had just recently played through Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love Arthur Morgan. I hate how his story ends. Let's do what anybody does in D&D and steal the concept and make him my character in my campaign. So I gave the idea to my DM, and I said, I want to be a marksman, but I had this like really out-of-pocket idea for how to handle my spells and incantations, because in the homebrew of One Piece D&D, if you're a marksman or a sniper like Usopp and you get these spells, you're supposed to be using dials and other things to plant these spells into. But today I'm going to tell you about why Arthur D. Morgan can use cursed energy. This is a really big lore drop I have not given in session. Nobody has asked about it, and so if you don't want to be spoiled for it, don't watch this. If you do, it might not even come up in session. This might never, ever make its way to the screen other than in this video. So if you want to know the full story of why Arthur Morgan can do hollow purples or shattering lightning, or is able to heal wounds using the reverse curse technique by multiplying negative energy against itself, maybe stick around and watch the rest of this video, because I think the way that I have built this D&D character and the adventures we've gone on, and the more I play of him, the more excited I am to get into it. But if we were to go into the backstory of Arthur Morgan, the year is 1899. It's the world of the Old West, and it's filled with rugged cowboys, outlaws, and other forces that are unknown to most. In this era, while familiar to Arthur Morgan, becomes a new frontier when an enigmatic figure from another time and place enters his life. He's an experienced gunslinger and a member of the Vanderlyn gang, living life on the run and robbing trains, fighting for survival, and even trying to navigate the complexities of loyalty and morality. One fateful evening, after a heist gone wrong, Arthur found himself in a dense forest amongst a torrential storm. It was like raining cats and dogs. It was like turning this forest into a swamp. It was like a hurricane had come through several times over in this forest. And as he went to seek shelter, he stumbled upon a precariously glowing portal, and without anywhere else to run to, he ran through the portal, and he was immediately transported into a place that defied the laws of time, space, and nature itself. He had stepped into a realm known as the Cursed Realm. In there, Gojo encounters a blindfolded man from the distant future where jujutsu sorcery is commonplace, and this figure seemed to have been experimenting with a new technique to travel through cursed dimensions, but he is just as surprised to see Arthur. This man is none other than Gojo Satoru. So I I love Gojo. I don't know how else I could explain it to y'all, but I wanted to make a way for my D&D character to meet Gojo, to get isekai in this place, to meet up. I wanted Gojo and Arthur to meet up. So initially when they met each other, they were met with mistrust. They were honestly like they were very, very, very wary of each other when they first met, but they didn't really have the time to like get any words up because immediately they were attacked by a cursed spirit. Now you might be wondering what the heck is a cursed spirit doing in this cursed realm that Gojo somehow made up, trying to travel through different like just like how are there cursed spirits in this place where Gojo's trying to travel through cursed dimensions? Well, infinity is a crazy thing. It's such a wild concept to even wrap our minds around that in Gojo trying to explore the infinite spaces between our reality, he was trying to see if there was a way to go in between realities using infinity, and that is how he got to the cursed realm. How did Arthur get there? I think it was just Gojo doing the technique, and it might have opened a weaker space and point in time, but I've left that up to my DM to flavor, and that is, I've left everything else that I haven't talked about up to my DM. This is all the things that I was in control of, and when I sent it to him, I got the thumbs up, so this is all of what I know. I am giving you guys everything I have. So they were attacked by a cursed spirit. And the cursed spirit seemed to be attracted to Arthur due to Arthur's sorry, I had a brain fart. The cursed spirit kept attacking Arthur due to his negative emotions and constant flowing of untapped cursed energy potential. Gojo, impressed by this resilience and potential, decides to teach him the basics of cursed energy after dispelling the spirit with a simple flick of his wrist. Arthur, intrigued by the immense power just displayed to him after struggling against this cursed spirit for what felt like hours, said he would love to learn anything he could from this figure. And so the first day that they're hanging out, Gojo starts explaining the fundamentals of cursed energy, and that it is a power derived from negative emotions. Arthur, who's seen his fair share of pain, hardship, he has a natural reservoir of cursed energy, though he doesn't know how to like harness it. The first week, Gojo begins training Arthur into how to focus his negative emotions, controlled by bursts of cursed energy. He practices channeling his anger from past betrayals and regrets, and slowly learning how to manifest his cursed energy into his guns. As the first month progresses, Arthur is getting better and better at how to not let his cursed energy leak out, but Gojo reveals that he has one of the coolest abilities in all of anime, the 6 eyes. That's right, it's a powerful ingrained technique that allows his perception to be enhanced, and it allows you to have intricate control over cursed energy. In order to teach Arthur, Gojo thought it was imperative for Arthur to be able to see this, so he developed a technique in which Arthur to use that would mimic the 6 eyes in a sense, and it would allow him to experience the spiritual heightened awareness of the 6 eyes. By month 3, Arthur has learned to see the flow of cursed energy and the surroundings with it. Arthur has learned to see the cursed flow energy in his surroundings and within opponents, giving him an edge in combat. Though not as potent as Gojo's innate ability, Arthur's limited use of 6 eyes has enhanced his shooting accuracy and combat instincts. So no, Arthur doesn't have 6 eyes canonically. Arthur had 6 eyes when he was in the cursed realm with Gojo, when Gojo was sharing his power. As Arthur is in the D&D campaign, nah, not a thing. I think I maybe have used not Gyo, but I've tried to use cursed energy to enhance my eyes for a perception roll, but as it is sitting right now, Arthur does not have the six eyes. He has used them. He has used a heightened sense with them with Gojo, but using the six eyes is impossible. So while they were going through the cursed realm and through different cursed dimensions, hunting down different malevolent spirits in different dimensions, they had uncovered many a different artifact and different adventures that they had had through what seemed like an insurmountable amount of time that had passed through this weird different dimension as they're hopping in and out, doing different things, killing different cursed spirits in different places, and just being bros. And upon one of their journeys, they find an artifact that gives Arthur the ability to return home. But out of mutual respect, on his way out, Arthur teaches Gojo the practical survival, the survival skills of the Old West, while Gojo introduces Arthur to the modern principles of strategy and combat. Their bond deepens as they share stories of vastly different lives and finding common ground in their struggle against respective enemies and personal demons. As their adventure draws to a close, Gojo manages to stabilize the portal linking the Curse Realm to Arthur's time. Armed with the knowledge and newfound ability, Arthur steps through the portal to return to his world, capable of using cursed energy to protect his friends and his gang and to fight their enemies with a supernatural edge. Arthur carries with him a parting gift from Gojo, a revolver ingrained with the Gojo clan's crest on the gun. It's one of the cool. I love this. I love that he has a Gojo gun. And as he stepped through the portal, he was returned into the One Piece world. But it seemed to be that there was a Vanderlyn gang in this One Piece world. And it does seem to be that Arthur had found his family in Dutch, in Micah, in Lenny. But the events of the game seem to still go down as Arthur remembers them. He still remembers Lenny dying. He still remembers losing Hosea. He still remembers the betrayal of Micah. He still remembers how him and Dutch got lost in Tahiti. It was all such a blur to Arthur that in finding himself in this new world with these new memories that he doesn't remember, he looks down at his hands and he realizes he hasn't aged a day. Not a single second has passed from when he has entered this portal and left that portal on his body. Though he would spent like a lifetime to himself with this man in blindfold, with not even a real second in the real world. And now he is in this different world with memories that he doesn't seem to remember happening. But he knows that they happened. He knows Lenny is gone. He knows Hosea is gone. That is where, after becoming a bounty hunter for several different months, Arthur stumbles upon a white-haired man with a strange interest in music. And he's given the chance to turn the world upside down and leave bounty hunting behind, as long as he joins his crew. And so Arthur joins the Lead Belly Pirates, along with his shipmates, Kiryu, who's on the search for his sister, Spenny, who's trying not to be Lenny, Ham, who's trying not to be a ham sandwich, and Iron Mitch Johnson, King of the Ring, baby. The #1 wrestler of all time. Our D&D group is one of the craziest things that has ever happened in One Piece D&D. Shout out to Tori Mori for letting me have cursed energy on Arthur D. Morgan in a One Piece D&D campaign. I know I gave all this backstory and I was like, look, I swear it makes sense. I swear it makes sense. Please let me play Gojo. Please let me play later. And I didn't even have to beg like that. I sent him this and I was like, hey, is this cool? If not, I can think of something else. And he said, this is amazing. And I cannot thank Tori Mori enough for that, because getting to play Arthur D. Morgan every other week is one of the greatest. Hi there, Ditch. And one of the things I want to say is that I appreciate y'all letting me come to life, letting me have my own personality and agenda. Because It's really good hanging out with the Leadbelly. And it's really good hanging out with the Kiryu. And it's really good hanging out with the Glory. But I want to know, what is your favorite part of Arthur D. Morgan's backstory? What is your favorite moment that you've had in D&D? And if you think that you would have to multi-class Arthur D. Morgan into another D&D class, what would it be? Let me know over there in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.